Hey everyone, and welcome to Marks and Crafts. Today we're going to be looking at something truly horrifying. It's sad that we didn't get to do it on Halloween, but here we are. The Pop-Up Parade 02. Now, I don't know if any of you have been keeping up with Pop-Up Parade news, but they have pretty much been declining in quality pretty rapidly, just at the same point as them increasing the price point of the figures. Some of them have thankfully come away unscathed, but 02 is an unfortunate casualty of all this, and it sucks because Darling in the Franxx stuff is so hard to get, especially 02 in her actual uniform. So, let's get this horror show on the road. Are you ready for something disgusting? Look at that. The base. I know I gave a lot of crap to Pop-Up Parade for the hexagon bases, but that is just terrible. So this is the Pop-Up Parade 02. Now, I have seen some truly horrible photos on my figure collection showing just how poor the quality on this figure is, and from the outset, I think mine is one of the better ones, but it's not really ideal. So, her hair looks like trashy candy. There's just messy parts everywhere. It just does not look good. Like, you can see where every single bit was like glued on. Like, this strand is terrible. There's no real fine detail in it. The paint coverage is pretty poor at best. This front hair thing looks like crap. If you go in close, you can see this whole molding thing on her hair there, which looks crap. There's no detail in the front fringe. I'll do a comparison with the promo images later. Weirdly enough, her face turned out okay, all things considered. You can't really see the sort of like cool girlish smirk with the fangs sort of look that it was going for, but you can at least see teeth on mine. I know some people didn't get to see that at all. The eyes are printed on, which, you know, pretty easy. And things like that. The uniform is actually okay in terms of detail. The paint is a little bit inconsistent in terms of finish. Like, the belt's not well done. The jacket is just not looking the cleanest, but from a distance it's fine. The pose is just a little bit off. I think a lot of people have said that the angle of the head just isn't right, and I can kind of see that. I don't even really like the pose that much. I know it is based on some key art, but I'm not really a fan. Yeah, look, it's just not that great. It looks like a prize figure, and if you said that you spent a lot on this, I mean, like, I think it's now the price hike has happened for Pop-Up Parade. If you said you spent more than normal on this, then yeah, you'd imagine you got a bootleg, especially when you see a base like that. It seems like this might be the look going forward for Pop-Up Parade, which is horrible. Like, I might have had my problems with hexagon bases, but at least it was a style, it was an actual conscious design choice. They had vibrant colors and things like that. The figures actually sort of go well together once you have a whole hexagon base thing set up. But a simple black circular puck is no different than a prize figure. Like, if I put my Suika from Dr. Stone right next to them, they both look like prize figures, but I would argue that the Suika is so much better than the 02. It's almost a joke. And, like, it's not to say that the 02 isn't actually an okay figure, but that's it. It's just okay. If you paid that price for a prize figure, it would be okay. But you're paying Pop-Up Parade prices, which the whole argument was that it's somewhere between prize and scale in terms of quality, but this is not better than a prize figure. By no means is it better than a prize figure. If I pull out the Corful 02 right now, you'll see that it is not only a bigger figure, but it is a better designed figure. Right next to the Pop-Up Parade 02, we have the Corful 02. And there are already issues with the Corful, but that's very simple problems, like this little horn is bent the wrong way. But it's not off by a lot. Doesn't really matter. But you can already tell, not only is she bigger, the base is better designed. And the quality is just so much better. Just looking at the front fringe, you can see there's so much more detail in the figures. It's almost a joke. But putting them both in frame together, you can see it's like night and day in terms of the detail that just goes right into the hair. It's just ridiculous that this prize figure, this incredibly inexpensive prize figure that you could win in a crane game for like $2 or something like that if you got lucky, or under 20 or something like that, is better than the pop-up parade that will cost you up to 50, 60, maybe even $70, depending on what country you're from or how rare the figure is down the line and things like that. It's not on. That is ridiculous. I've seen people's 02s that look absolutely abysmal. Mine is just average. And yeah, that is just not on. I'm not happy with the direction Pop-Up Parade are going in. I was already sort of dropping off with them because of how inconsistent they were getting. But this is just too much. Like, why would they do something like that? Look, I know that I bash Pop-Up Parade quite a bit, but that's because I expect so much more from them, because the line started so strong with Goblin Slayer and the original Mikus and the Saber Lily from Fate. They were all proof of concept figures, and they were really interesting because of that. The Goblin Slayer is still probably one of the best, if not the best, Pop-Up Parade. The Blackrock Shooter is definitely my favourite out of all of them, and probably will be replaced by the Guts if they do good quality. But besides the Blackrock Shooter, the Goblin Slayer had some of the most amazing paint and detail I've ever seen for a figure, especially at that price point. And to see in just a few years how far they've come, or like how far they haven't come, really, it's just such a shame, because the IP is incredibly strong. I've always said it, that Pop-Up Parade is fantastic because of the IP that they own. They're the only brand that can revive a lot of these dormant franchises and make figures off of characters that don't get stuff, or make entire sets of figures that don't get merchandise. And it's just ridiculous that this is where we're at. And it says a lot when you can't put your faith in a brand, because there are so many things where I want them to succeed, like the Pop-Up Parade Ray Longhair. I wanted it to succeed. I wanted the Starling and the Franxx one to succeed. I don't know why they went with this base design. Look, I keep saying it, I hate the hexagon, but that is preferable to this little black puck. At least do something interesting with it. At least put the franchise name on it. The prize figures put the freaking franchise name on it. It's so stupid. It's such a shame that this is where we're at. And I'm hoping it's not a trend, because of the way that they're turning out. I've started cancelling pre-orders on them and just waiting until they release to find out if they're any good. And that shouldn't really be the attitude that you have towards figures like these. And it's just such a shame that this is the direction we're heading in, and it doesn't feel like they're listening. They're just doing their own thing. And like the Pop-Up Parade L seems like an interesting idea. We'll see soon enough, because Guts is releasing very soon. And the Pop-Up Parade XL is also a great idea for certain characters. I think it's a fantastic idea for the Attack on Titan. I think it's a terrible idea for Fairy Tail. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's my review of the Pop-Up Parade 02 from Darling and the Franxx. I know it wasn't much of a review, it was more of a rant, but I think it needed to be said. And I can't believe they made a figure like this. And they allowed it to go through like this, thinking that it was fine, especially when compared to the promo images, which looked fantastic. Like, if this is the expectation versus reality that we're going to be getting from here on out, I'm not looking forward to things like the Albedo Pop-Up Parade, the Street Fighter ones, or the Phoenix Wright ones. The Mob Psycho ones already looked a little bit suspect. So, like, I don't know where we're heading. Hopefully, I'm just ranting and raving for no reason at all. Hopefully they wake up and fix things, but as it stands, I'm a little worried about the future of the brand, and I don't know if I can keep supporting it if this is the quality that we'll be getting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.